Hey everybody, we're back with the Thursday night stream. We are playing Deadly Premonition. To answer your question, Occult. Been working out proper idea for the streams, and I think I have a good schedule down. Where we'll be doing Lost Odyssey on Tuesday, we're going to do Deadly Premonition on Thursday, and then on Sunday, I'm going to make Sunday dedicated to Resident Evil for a while.
Oh. Yep.
Look at those grass textures, brother. Don't they look like garbage?
Yeah.
Yep, open world, survival horror. I've played a bit of this on PS3, but I never went that far with it. So this is another backlog game, which, let me put this in the tags, actually.
It's dangerous to run around here, boys.
Grandpa, hurry. Hurry up. Grandpa, you're too slow.
So, there is an interesting thing to say about this game. I don't know what year this was. It was an early 360 game. Let's say 2006. Ooh, the tea tastes nice today. So the interesting thing about this game is this game holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the most critically polarizing survival horror game ever. Some people love this game, some people hate it. The review scores for this game are all over the place, which you know has to mean at least one thing, that it's gonna be interesting. Wow, I've not seen hair textures like that since Resident Evil 2. Imagine if the first time you saw boobs was on a dead woman who's been crucified. Well, you know, this is one way to start a game. So I have the director's cut of this on PS3 that I spent a bit of time on. I ended up picking up the original version on 360 because it's backwards compatible, so we're playing this on Xbox One again. Would you look at that? A cop and what appears to be a cowboy. Hey, Sybil Bennett. Something wrong with those boys. More interested in ladybugs than they are in dead bodies or boobs. Probably shouldn't have shown those trees from above. Come on, Ben. We're all adults here. We can all admit we've seen bad pornos.
No.
I think the acting might be better though if it was a bad porno. It really is weird. God, remember those first gen Xbox 360 games that looked only like a little bit better than PS2? I better not be a statue to Melzus. So, everybody in town's crying about this woman? Yeah, I've seen some messed up porn. I think we all just have to admit that to ourselves and everybody we know and everybody we meet on the street. Just start targeting people on the street, telling them about the messed up porn you've seen. Now let's check the options. Cruel Production. What the hell kind of name? Change the blood colour. They've called it Cruel Production. That's fine. Alright. So the main thing I know that's different with the director's cut is the improved controllers, I think, or the improved aiming. Alright, you know, I've not seen that kind of porno. I've seen other messed up porno, I've not seen that kind of porno. For the player who wants to enjoy combat, skillful use of weapons will be required to clear the game. I hope I don't regret this. So, what I remember of this game was pretty weird. Alright, I don't think I need to really say anything else. This game's finally getting a sequel, folks. Oh wow, the camera is way zoomed in on this guy. Oh, this is RE4.
Could you wait just a little longer?
This won't take long.
They seem to be discussing something, but I can hardly hear a word they're saying. Okay. What's this? I'll just add this trading card to my collection. So yeah, Nintendo Direct, I think it was the September one. They announced, oh hey, Deadly Premonition 2 coming exclusively to the Switch, and it's like, who asked for Deadly Premonition? Well, you know, actually plenty of people probably asked for Deadly Premonition 2. I guess we'll find out. Cool. Washington State. Strange clock is ticking away, though the room itself makes you feel as if time has stopped. You know, the leaves flying upwards would make me think time's going backward rather than stopped. Red leaves fluttering in the air, a chandelier hanging from above. Can this riddle be solved, Zach? Oh, that's a chandelier? I can barely see that in the bloom of the sky. There's a weird tunnel there. It's locked. Well, now we know for sure. us on TV. A white screen.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It will start soon.
It's about time to get started.
Okay.
Zach. Zach, can you hear me? It's me, York.
Are you dead yet, Zach?
If you can hear my voice.
Did Sephiroth go
could you
crazy yet?
respond? Good. I thought you went to sleep.
Yeah, could have gone to sleep without the game started.
Zach, don't be surprised.
Yeah,
Crime took place
if there's
in
more of
Greenvale.
them, then really be
Let's
worried.
take it
But if it's
slow.
just two, I think we can deal with two alien babies. Meanwhile, on a dark and stormy night.
Sure, that's one way of looking at it, but it's totally wrong.
This is a survival horror game. What a weird introduction piece.
Listen, they both need each other. It's called interdependency, and they both know it. Yeah, I know. He does terrible
Wow, you remember
things
those
to Tom,
4x3
nasty, even
laptops?
sadistic things. But that's fine, as long as that's what Tom wants. Think about it. His actions. He's always asking for it. It's his partner's job to fulfill that need, and Jerry knows that. Proof? Well, in the Tom and Jerry show, they live
Seriously?
with each other. Hello? Hello?
What an irresponsible FBI guy.
I believe the Bureau still can't get me a satellite phone.
These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
Well, I'll be a happy camper, even if it ends up being a waste of time. At the very least, it'll get me out of the cramped city for a while. Right, Zach? The perpetrator from the last case really was something. Who'd have thought there'd be razors laced into her nails?
What?
Crazy. Just crazy. Well, at least I now have a scar to show off.
I've heard of people filing
See
their
this?
teeth
I
into
got this when I arrested
points
the
for
Catwoman wannabe. Women. They're crazy.
putting
Don't you agree, Zach?
razors in your nails? So he's on the phone and the laptop at the same time, nothing happens. He's staring at some seeds instead of at the road, nothing happens. He glances at his lighter and all of a sudden he crashes. Talk about bad luck. Well, hopefully there won't be a, what is it, a Dilophosaurus hiding when we get back to the car. Not like we're going to get back in the car. Wouldn't work in the car, but now that we're outside in the rain, the light is perfectly fine. Yeah, I was thinking for a minute he put a lit cigarette in his pocket.
Zach, there goes the civilized world.
Remember not to turn off your console, kids. You know, I feel like one thing that was definitely different in the director's cut was the camera. I don't remember the camera being this zoomed in. The toolbox where I keep my stuff, it's just here. No items can we take out? Absolutely nothing. You'd think, but I guess this isn't that kind of game. Oh, I can't wait to get to MGS2. I started playing it again on my Vita. It's good stuff. A rusty pipe. I didn't realise I was playing Silent Hill. It even looks like the pipe out of Silent Hill. Jeez. Tough luck. I have to leave you here, old buddy. How long were we together? Ever since we joined the Bureau? You should probably turn the engine off, though. You know, that sky doesn't look right. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. If there's one thing I definitely remember about the director's cut, it's that the combat with the gun was basically RE4. Oh, do I have to break this? Oh, if I was going to attack the seagulls, it was always so that the Colonel and Rose would get mad at me. You can do a similar thing in Twin Snakes where you shoot the ravens on the elevator. Profiling. Begin. Well, that's the thing. The camera
Looks like we're being welcomed.
the camera
Zach, I'll let
controls
you
like.
handle the meet and greet.
Okay. The camera controls like RE4, where it's like, oh, we can move the camera, and that's it. But the aiming, like, look at that. That's like RE4, but bad. I wonder what's this way. Oh, hey, an impenetrable barrier. That's the weirdest fog I've ever seen. Hearing dogs. But yeah, this looks like it's going to be horrible to aim. Really don't feel great. That's right, leaving stuff outside, just leaving it to rot. We'll get to Alan Wake at some point, maybe after Deadly Premonition. It's 360 and PC. They took it off. They took it from sale on PC a little while back. I don't remember if they ever put it back on. It was a licensing issue. Something's going on. There was an issue with the music licensing. Beyond Two Souls was PS3 exclusive. It's not anymore, though, I don't think. I know Heavy Rain got released on PC. Yeah, I hope this is not Chris's blood. Oh god, it is a zombie dog. Crush my hopes for a peaceful picnic. Do me a favour and stay sharp, Zach. Cool, but why is the camera like this? Oh my god, it's tank controls. Oh, it's tank controls with the analog stick as well. What the hell was that about? Looks like some sticks. Oh hey, maybe she'll know where we need to go. Let's go and ask her. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong with this plan. Hello? Anybody home? I'm just gonna take your can of pickles. Doesn't look like anyone lives here. No reclusive hairy brutes to greet us. That's a shame, it's cold night. I could do with a hairy brute to hold me in his arms. On these cold, stormy nights. Ooh, what does this button do? Control panel for the power grid. Should give us the electricity we need. Not an expert opinion, though. Cool. This place is apparently called This place is called Greenvale. Excuse me, miss. Mind if I ask you a question? You seen a little girl around here? Short, black hair, about 7 years old.
Amazing. Nice shot.
You have no idea how weak that felt. Ah, crap, there's more. Guess we're gonna go this way. See, teabagging is only for when there's one of them. What do we know, Jack?
I've been through a lot of crazy situations, but that one takes the cake.
It's the first time I've been attacked so directly.
Seriously?
Zach, can you give me a logical explanation about what that was? Never mind, don't answer. Life is fun because of the mysteries. Right, Zach?
That ringtone sounds like a home phone. Ooh, lollipop. Is that a chopper chop? Let me get a look at this. Where's my inventory? What the hell? No, it doesn't look like it's a chopper chop, but it's close though. Yeah, that ringtone's a mobile. Is for a home phone, not for a phone out in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna save my data. Cool. Well, at least we seem to be safe now. friendly at that. Lady, you're in my way. Let that be a lesson to you. Oh, jeez. I feel like I'm getting nowhere with the gunshots. It's like I can move this. Up to you, Zach. Why would I move it? I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, if I put it here, will people be able to get past it? Yes, they will. I don't think there's any actual purpose for that. That guy have a sword? Oh, it's a pipe. You know, that seemed way more effective than the gun. Oh, I steal your pipe. I'm also going to take your medal. Okay, what does this get me? Is that the way out? There's a cabin up ahead. Well, might as well go for the cabin in the woods. Oh god, they're coming out of the blood. I don't have enough knife for everybody. I'm just gonna... Nope. Nope. Get it off. What was she even doing there? Back off, lady. I'm armed. Let's get out of here. But yeah, from what I remember of the director's cut version on PS3, that definitely controlled better. Well, you know, plenty of people played it like this, so let's just keep going. More generator? I think this one's going to turn on. What killer? An axe? How do we know it was by an axe? Did we? Is there an axe still? Oh, there's an axe still there. Cool. I should take that axe. I don't know what any of this means. Seriously? Fix this mess? I don't think that's how it works. Also, give me the axe. Generator looks really bad. Yeah, well, okay. Give me the damn axe. Let me see. Wait, I have infinite ammo for that? Probably. Convenient instant pictures. And while camera phones were a thing, The camera was definitely not good enough to really do anything like that with. And here I was, thinking that I'd have to keep knifing everything. Yeah, this does not control well. Oh, there's still a thing now? Why couldn't I get out? Yeah, I would have, Occult, but the body's gone. Okay, that gate's locked. Quick, to the cabin in the woods. I feel like the lock-on is because they knew just how bad this controlled. Oh my god, I have strafe buttons. Now let me see what I can do about this. With a padlock, should be able to break this if I could hit it hard enough. I know. That should be hard enough. Well, at least no monsters can get... Oh, no. Oh, no. Are they saying kill me? Smithers, are they saying kill me? No, they're saying boo earns. I'm gonna put the fuse box in. That's a weird looking fuse box. It's a good thing there's a backup generator. That's not even a backup, it's literally the same generator. Let's rock. Where did you come from? Oh no, they got me. What the hell? Imagine if you were attacked by monsters, except to attack you, they just stuck their hand in your mouth. Imagine how you feel after that. What is this, a Dino Crisis door? Excuse me. Excuse me. That one's got a pitchfork. Excuse me. One day I'll be out of the woods, and then I'll be safe. Oh, the heart. Oh my god, there's a guy with an axe. Oh my god, I took my hand off the controller. You know, this is good excitement music. I was moving the analog stick in both directions. Nothing happened. Huh. Well, let's try this again and see if it goes better this time. This game is about investigating murders. Can't you tell? We're here to investigate the Red Sea murders. Haha! Okay, so I remember the heart meter, the one that's under the health. The longer you run, the higher it gets, and if it gets to the top, that's bad. And I'm not sure why, but you know, I'll probably explain at some point. Red ivy. Well, you know, until they start saying un forastero, I'm gonna hold off on calling this RE4. If they do say un forastero, though, I'm out. Like, all the way out. Oh, hey, is everything back to normal now?
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it.
Yesterday morning, the milk I poured in my coffee made a sign. It said, "Tomorrow you'll arrive in a place that will change your fate."
How big was your cup that it was able to say that? Jeez. You say discount codec, I get the feeling that we're actually Zach. Like, you got York as the character, but the actual player is Zach. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do but walk to town. Someone play the sad ending theme from the end of The Incredible Hulk. Welcome to Greenvale. Probably shouldn't turn the camera like that while walking forward. It doesn't look at how weird that looks when you see it from a different angle. But yeah, alright. But then, speaking of old TV show, this game is supposed to be inspired at least somewhat by Twin Peaks, which is going to be completely lost on me because I've never watched Twin Peaks. What's that noise?
Now you were very late. I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
What do you mean in the rain? You were in your car.
FBI Special Agent, Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York?
Good, that's good.
Yeah, I've seen that. The two made-for-TV
Are you the
movies starring Rev
no,
Brown as
I'm
Captain
Deputy
America.
Sheriff Emily Wyatt.
The second one had
George,
Christopher
he's the
Lee in it.
sheriff. He went looking for you, actually. He should be back soon.
I see.
if you don't mind me asking, did you walk all the way here?
Well, not all the way.
My car broke down, that's all.
Yep. That's what I refer to. That's what I call it when my car goes off the road, into the woods, flips several times, and then catches on fire. It broke down.
She's easy on the eyes. Definitely worth a trip to the primitive world.
By the way, don't mention anything about what happened back there. She'll think you're a psycho. Don't want that, do we, Zach?
Welcome to Greenvale.
And I've not actually seen
I'm
the
sheriff,
70s Spider-Man show. I've
George
seen
Woodman.
pictures of it. I've not
Call me
actually seen
George.
it. Okay, he's the bad guy.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Could you tell me why the FBI is so interested in a small-town homicide?
Let's just say it's a personal interest in killers of young women. I'm always looking for new sample cases to help me with my profiling.
When it comes down to it, the
Both are
FBI
superiors
has the
to clearance
jurisdiction
with each
over
other.
all of this. I think.
You can remain in command. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No. No problem. Just want to set things straight. Our small town has its share of problems. I'm the one fixing them one by one and maintaining peace and order.
I'm not
You
listening.
can have your profiling sample, but I need you to understand that.
Yeah, I actually was not listening. What?
Of course. Of course. By the way, George, I had a little accident with my car. Could you send someone to take care of it? Oh, and my clothes and luggage are still inside.
All right. Don't worry. I'll get my assistant Thomas to take care of it.
You have an assistant?
Do you need anything else?
Thanks. That'll be all. Well then, I think I'll rest up first at the hotel. Then I'll join you on your investigation.
Don't know how to say that. We really don't need your help.
Well, that's how you
Unlike
say
some
it.
of your corrupt city police officers, I play it by the book. I hope you'll come to appreciate that, Agent Morgan. And we'll handle the investigation. You just think of this as a vacation. Take it easy. Enjoy the nature here.
Alright.
You don't have to be a tree worshiper to appreciate the wildlife here.
Take a walk on the wild side.
Zach, let's reassess the situation. There are no cavemen here. We're as far forward as the Middle Ages. And we've just met the king.
Don't want her to think we're psycho, but let's just talk to ourselves multiple times in front of her. I'm not a psycho, I'm just like a 40-year-old man with an imaginary friend. Clear! Okay. Well, you know, it's been kind of weird. It's not controlled that well, but it's not been boring. Previously.
Previously during the investigation.
These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Welcome to Greenvale. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it.
What the hell? Oh, what's this trading card? Angel Isaac. Who spells Isaac with an H? Ooh, sugar donut. I would say that. What's the point of a donut without any chocolate or caramel on it, though? There's something going on under there. Yeah, let's get going. Is this the right way? I hope it is. Oh, I'm hearing the dogs again. Forbidden donut.
York!
Who the hell are you? That's one ugly child.
Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
But you're very clearly still breathing. You know, the movements are kind of funny, but I'll give it to him. The actual face, with that... the extended smile mouth and the lack of teeth. Actually kind of creepy. Definitely give it that.
Who?
Oh no, it's not from Fortnite, it's another dance that Fortnite stole. You know, I'm not entirely sure we can crouch. Occult. So, was that just to teach us how to hold our breath? Also, wow, that bed's huge. Oh, you could roll over like 3 times before you'd fall out of bed.
Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify.
You sure that's symbolism,
A
not
forest
just
of
weird?
red trees, a carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels.
But that child is what bothers me the most. I swear I've seen him before.
Yeah, the thing that
Just
really
can't
pulled me
remember
to this
where.
game, and like why I've been really interested in actually doing it,
Well, it'll
because
probably
I've,
come
like I
back
say,
to
I've
me
had
eventually.
this for a while. I had it on PS3. I got it on
For now,
Xbox
we
when I
need
got the
coffee.
Xbox One. I've just not really gotten around to doing anything properly with it. But the whole thing is just because it's a
Let's
weird
head to the
game.
cafeteria, Zach. I hope they have some real coffee. I really need some coffee. Then we can head to the sheriff's office.
And you know,
There's a proper
weird
procedure for
isn't
everything,
boring,
right,
which is
Zach?
already good. Should I go back to bed? I know, in a bed like that, I don't think I'd want to go back to my bed. Many of the clothes are in here. Agent suit, workaholic suit, crimson suit. Suit made for an elite FBI agent, perfect for work in the field, looks almost brand new, no problem. Businessman suit, perfect long hours of overtime, looks almost brand new, no problem. Suit with the red jacket, sometimes it's good to change image, looks almost brand new, no problem. Okay. Weird TV show. Alright, if this doesn't lead to a secret room, I'll be really disappointed. Yeah, sneaking suit. This game was made by Swery. I think published by Rising Star Games. Let me make sure I've got my gun. Oh, tiredness is going to be a mechanic. It wasn't done by Remedy. I think this came out before Alan Wake, so for Remedy they would have been working on Alan Wake at this point after having finished Max Payne 2. So that's going to speed up time. Hunger, 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 health. This game's going to have a bunch of mechanics that I'm not going to enjoy, isn't it? Oh wow, a working mirror. It's always so interesting when you actually see a mirror like this in a game. So many games don't actually do mirrors right. Who'd have thought the best place to put the kitchen was next to the bathroom? You know, I hope Deadly Premonition 2 isn't as disappointing as Mirror's Edge 2 was. Mirror's Edge Catalyst was really boring. Taking a shower might help clear our thoughts, Zach. Let's do it with the suit on. You know, I'd appreciate a room in the bathroom that's separate from the bathroom where the toilet is. That's a huge bath. There's a small drain for the shower. Mirror's Edge? No, Mirror's Edge isn't a horror game. It's an action game. Look, if I'm not going to wash my hands, I'm not going to flush either. No, Mirror's Edge was a first-person action game with a focus on parkour. It was pretty decent. Wow, this place is huge. Ooh, vending machines. Let's go make a coffee. Time attack mode and the
Good morning, Mr. Morgan. Your breakfast is ready for you.
God, what were the time trials? Those standalone maps that were really abstract. They were like the best part.
Thank you, Mrs.
Polly Oxford. Just Polly is fine.
Well then. Thank you, Polly. I'm starving.
No, as long as it's hot coffee. I want that cold coffee. Oh,
Is everything
God.
all right, Mr. Morgan?
What?
Yes, it's delicious, Polly.
What?
My compliments to the chef.
I'm hoping my cooking will bring back repeat guests. Honestly, though, it's been a while since anyone has stayed here.
Is it because
I
of the
couldn't help but
price?
notice. Aside from you and me, there seems to be no other guests or workers around.
What's that? The salt's in that white shaker there.
Thank you. I was wondering if there were any other guests or workers here.
Oh, no one else. My husband and I used to run this place, but he's in heaven now.
You've been working here alone since then. Must be hard
This
by
place
yourself.
is crazy.
Oh my, we're all out of pepper. I'm very sorry.
It must be difficult to run a hotel by yourself.
The controversy
Well,
over the
yes,
hot
I
coffee mod
suppose.
was ridiculous.
I could just live on my pension, but I have to admit, running a hotel is kind of like a hobby of mine.
That's nice. Polly, it might help to hear you better if you could sit a little closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan, you're embarrassing me.
It's like, oh yeah, no, let's go.
I think I'm a little too old for you.
And I still love my departed husband. May God rest his soul.
The fact that you had to hack the game to access
over
it.
here.
Polly, I can hardly hear you from all the way over there.
You're exaggerating. This is fine. It won't do to be all clumped together with such a large table and cafeteria. We have to make use of all this space.
This music.
Now tell me, that wound on your face, what happened?
Let's just say I had some trouble during the last case I was working on. I'm sure it'll heal. It's just a flesh wound.
I can barely
my.
hear the
Well,
talking
there's
over the
no need
music.
to be the tough guy here. I want you to be able to relax here. I've prepared a special room for you. A famous rock star once stayed in the same room, you know.
Really? I feel
Is
honored.
it Buddy Holly?
Need anything at all, just
Because, you know, this entire hotel looks like it's out of the 50s.
I can.
Zach, the lady is offering to help. Do you want to ask her about the town?
Yeah, sure.
Say, Polly, what can you tell me about this town?
Well, let me see. You might know this already, but the town is called Greenvale. It rains here quite often, but it's a nice place, surrounded
You know, I
with
came
nature.
here without
It
knowing
was
what
a
the town was
very
called.
prospering lumber town until not so long ago. We used to have a population of over 6,000 people. Less than a tenth of them left now.
This hotel was built back then. We saw plenty of guests in those days.
I should really go through one of the Grand Theft Autos. I've
why
not
this
done
place is so
the
big
stream.
for such a small community.
I have so many fond memories from back then. I suppose the clock on the community center is quite famous too.
Clock?
Oh yes, it's lovely. It rings
Yeah, it really is.
at midnight to let the whole town know the time. You'll hear it many times during your stay. It's a beautiful sound.
Once we're done with this conversation, I'm going to look into turning that
Look forward to
down.
hearing it then.
Anything else you'd like to know about?
Yes, actually, Polly. Could you tell me about the shops around here?
Shops? Well, there aren't many. It is a small town after all.
Yeah, but there's gotta be
You
some
can do
place
most
people
of
get
your
the groceries.
shopping at the Milk Barn convenience store. The couple who run it are a unique pair. I'm sure you'll get to like them. The A&G Diner is a great place to eat. They might be open even if my kitchen is closed. If you want to go to a bar, there are two. The Galaxy of Terror and the Sweary 65.
There you go, swear
I
it.
don't care much for
The
either
developer.
of them. Bars are for the younger folk. We also have a gas stand, of course, the art gallery, and even a gunsmith. You should be able to find what you need.
Thank you, Polly.
Well, Mr. Morgan, I'd better start cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Thank you, Polly. I have to warn you, though, I am very particular about my coffee. The very best you have, please.
I understand. I'll be right back with it.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning.
F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails. Now then, let's get going.
That smile. Maybe it's because I don't drink coffee, but, you know, I've never looked into my brew and saw letters. Alright, let me get into the options and see about sorting that music out. Okay, hopefully that'll be better. Yeah, you know, I'll take your word for that and never actually test it myself. Yeah, maybe I do need glasses, who knows. I get this. This was bothering me all through that cutscene. Can I play the piano? I want to play some Moonlight Sonata. The hitbox on that chair is huge. Bum, 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 bum. What a huge cooking area. Did they? Is that recent or was that a few years back? 'Cause I might have heard of it coming back a few years ago. Oh, there you go. We can crouch. Next time we were killed, we'll be teabagging for you, Colt. I turned and I don't remember how. Look at the size of this place. You know, Polly, standing like that can't be good for your back.
Oh, hi.
Alright, what you got, Polly? Coffee, stabilizer, heavy cigarettes, lollipop, crackers, donut, cheddar. Wait a minute. Are those the prices on the left there? I'll sell you a pack of cigarettes for $114. Oh, I have no idea. I've not paid much attention to that Bane. Although I will admit, I've not actually heard anything about it in a while myself. I think it's going to be live action. Yeah, let's go out on the town. Yeah, that was an interesting idea. He finishes that last cup and all of a sudden, just super fast. Reaches a state of zen. Oh, hey, look, they left a car for me.
A police car.
$9 AM to 5 PM. You know, you've really got to trust
King George to thank for preparing a car
you
for
really
me.
got to trust the people in your town to just
Pleasant
leave
surprise,
a cop car and the keys to the
take a
cop
first
car
spin.
on top of the bonnet, and trust nobody to steal it.
I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me. The keys were left on the front hood, and nobody stole the car. Values. This town has what the country needs. Values.
Let's head over to the sheriff's department.
Let me see this. Honk my horn. Change the view. Change view. Forward, backward. The headlight button, side brake, the wipers, the signal turns. Well, that's the question, really, is we have no idea who Zach is. That's a weird thing to call a car key. A road flare? I'll tell you what, this sure isn't any Far Cry 3.
So, Zach, about those bonus features in DVDs nowadays.
You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material. Even if they do, it's a trailer and the visual quality is pretty bad. Well, that visual quality is a good reminder of those days. So many new audio and visual appliances were coming out back then. Do you remember the first video deck we bought? We bought it to record one of the Star Wars movies on TV. And remember when that video store opened, we spent hours there, just trying to find a good movie to rent. There weren't that many to choose from back then. I remember renting some really bad ones after reading those back cover taglines.
This actually controls horribly.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, filmed in 1978. Produced, directed, written, and edited by John DeBello. It was really awful, but for some reason I still remember it pretty well. It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in '95. The 87-minute-long theatrical release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes. But that was around the time I joined the Bureau. I never have a chance to see it.
I know, Zach. Once this case is over, we can watch it together.
I bet we can buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
Alright, taking the turn. You know, this is still the only game I've actually played, I think, where you actually have control of your signals, your turn signals. You have no idea how bad this controls. Thank God we're out of there. I don't remember it controlling so bad on the director's cut.
That's one fine building for such a small town. The exterior woodwork is spectacular.
So we turn the music down,
Don't you agree, Zach?
and apparently that may well have just turned the voices down as well. No, Vice City controls way better than this. Oh god, there's fishing mechanics in this game. Yeah, I was thinking about something like that. I'm sure I've played a game where the indicator signals... Oh, wow.
Pleasure to meet you, Agent Morgan. We've been.
I'm sure I've played a game where
Thomas
the
McLean, the
indicator
sheriff's
signals
assistant.
weren't the only method of deciding where to go,
FBI Special Agent Francis York
but they
Morgan.
were...
Please just call me York. It's what everyone
That's a
else
different
calls
badge from
Very
me, I
well
guess.
then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you
But
a
they
thank
were
you for
one
retrieving
thing
my
you could
belongings
use
from my car.
to figure out where you were
Thanks.
going.
Oh, no, just doing my job. Well, I want to help do everything I can to help the investigation.
I want to help do everything I
just
can
can't
to
believe
help the
Anna was
investigation.
murdered. She was such a bright and lovely girl.
Did you know her well?
Why are my eyes glowing?
Well, no, not really. But it's a very small town. I'm sorry. It's just that this is the first really big case I've ever seen.
Well, you've never had a murder before?
I understand. Just try to relax. Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course. The sheriff told me to let you through to the meeting room, but I've lost the key to the cabinet where the files are.
Swear to God, you made me look
Why
for them,
don't you
I'm
take a
gonna
look
shoot
around
you.
while I go look for it?
Okay, let me know when things are ready.
Maybe I'll
Zack,
get to the
Thomas
getaway one
appears
day.
to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
I'd like to remind you that despite the music and the setting, this is supposed to be a survival horror game. Hey guys. Really, a small town like this that seems to have no other crime, why wouldn't every cop in the city be on this thing? And by the city, I mean the small town. Oh, they won't let me in this room. What, this room? Oh, hey. Somebody just leave a bowl of... what is that, casserole?
Zack, there's a name written on this dumbbell. Arnold.
Really?
I haven't met anyone by that name yet. Could it be the owner of this dumbbell? What do you think, Zack?
I think it's probably less something somebody owns and more a reference. Stew, maybe? Yeah, let me just shave at the sink in the police station. Jeez, I'm gonna take your keys. Move it, football head. Did I get a turkey sandwich or did I get a trading card of a turkey sandwich? Storage, material room. Ooh. Oh, this place has a carpet. It doesn't sound like it does, though. Rotten or not, the filling didn't look nice. Yeah, look at that, actually. Trading card, there it is. What makes this sandwich so amazing is the fact that turkey is tasty and juicy without making the bread soggy. Known for his surreal demeanour, he talks with his dual personality named Zack during investigations. You know, I was actually at the market. Was that last week? The week before? It was on, I think it was on Saturday. I was at the market. I got myself a pork sandwich from the butcher. It was actually fantastic. It's like, that's good meat on sandwich. Is this what you were looking for?
You found the key.
Is this the one you were looking for?
No. This is a gray squirrel. Sorry, that's not the key.
Well, if that's not the right one, give it
Nothing
back then.
particularly special about the gray squirrel, I'm afraid. You can find them in the US, Canada, and in England, too.
A gray squirrel. What was I thinking?
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
Pretty sure the grey squirrel is only found in England because it migrated from the US and carried with it a disease that wipes out hordes of the red squirrels. You know, I don't appreciate the camera changing like that. No, it doesn't look like it's going to be a fox key. Just squirrels, apparently. Are you telling me I can go to sleep in one of the holding cells? People are just leaving their keys all over the place. What a weirdly subdued target practice range. It's okay, nothing to be worried about, officer. Desk for the warden. Yeah, I can actually go to sleep in the holding cells. Oh, what's that? Yeah, I think there's probably an issue when your jail cell door sounds like a wooden door. More squirrel keys. What happened with this bed? Nothing, I guess. Nothing in there. Oh, this one's locked. Oh well, back to the investigation. They really shouldn't have set separate camera angles for that kind of thing. You know, that makes me think of that one episode of The Simpsons where they have a fire drill at the nuclear power plant. And eventually Homer's the first one that makes it out. And then he grabs a nearby bench and pulls it over to the door to block the door so nobody else can get out. And he's like, why would you do that, Homer? The hell is this place? Storage room. More keys. A pointy-tailed flying squirrel. Remember when this was a horror game? Oh, is this going to be the locker room from RoboCop? Nope, nowhere near as interesting. Nothing there. How unusual. Alright, let's check if we have the right keys yet. What does this do? Is there anything on one of these? Were the keys here the entire time? Well, not there. Nope. Right, do I have the keys?
You found the key.
Is this the key?
I think so. Is this it?
You don't know your squirrels, do you? This isn't the right
Why would I
keyholder.
know my squirrels?
This is a Siberian flying squirrel. It's closer to a land-based squirrel. The Siberian flying squirrel is larger than the southern flying squirrel and has a standing tail while the southern has a hanging tail. But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
You know, I bet you all came
Sure
to the
do know a
stream
lot about
looking forward
squirrels.
to your squirrel facts.
You found the key.
Is it a squirrel on Nesquik
hope
cereal?
so.
I thought it was a rabbit. Swear to God, Thomas.
No. This is a sugar glider.
Ugh.
Sorry, wrong key. The sugar glider is a small gliding possum. It has shorter hair and a longer column-like tail. You can really see its muscle definition on this image, can't you? But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
Zach, can you tell these things apart?
Yeah, I don't know my squirrels, but I know my cereal mascots. I can drive all the patrol cars.
You found the key.
That's the right one?
Harvest
Yes,
bars.
a
I don't know
southern
what a
flying
harvest bar
squirrel.
is.
Thank you so much. I'll bring the files right in, so please go to the meeting room.
Okay.
God, it's like that
I'll be
scene
waiting
in
for you.
Terminator 2 when Arnold Schwarzenegger
Well,
smiles.
Zach, we just got here and we've cracked a big case already.
And then, you know, Terminator Genesis and its desperation to pander towards the audience of Terminator fans just
The
kept
victim's
doing
name
that.
was Anna Graham. Age 18, she just recently graduated.
She did
from
not
high
look
school this
18.
year. Her dream was to move out to the city and become a model. But for the time being, she was working in the A&G diner here in town. She lived with her mother, Sally. Anna's father died in an accident in a lumber mill when she was a child.
Who gave me this tiny cake?
Her mother is unemployed
Oh, is it a donut?
and lives on the insurance money from her husband's accident.
Oats apple
After all,
bar.
it's a small town with a low cost of living. Financially, they seem to get by fine, and they led normal lives.
A normal life is exactly what a curious teenager doesn't want. It's all starting to make sense, Zach.
Dude, seriously?
City folk, huh? No, I take that
No,
back.
that's not a city folk thing.
All
that's
of
a
them can't be as
dick.
bad as him. And
That's a
some should
dick
have
thing.
better manners.
Huh. This is a good biscuit. I've never tasted a biscuit this delicious. Where in town can I get these?
Well, actually, I baked them myself.
That's amazing. What are you doing in law enforcement? I'm very particular about biscuits, I'll have you know. The balance of milk and butter you've achieved here. Oh, my.
Agent Morgan, the autopsy's ready. You are welcome to accompany me to the Greenvale General Hospital. Emily, you come too. Thomas, stay here and tidy up these files.
Yes, sir.
We're going to use the car outside. Let's get going. You might think this is just a small-town police investigation, but our inspections are thorough and solid. I'm hoping you won't slow us down.
Once again, a reminder, this is considered a survival horror game. What is that grey stuff on the sandwich?
The Greenvale General Hospital is down the road by the lake. It's too far to walk. Come on, get in the car.
If I'm riding in a car, George, I prefer to be the driver.
I don't want to be the driver.
Can you provide a car for me?
What are you talking about? You don't even know how to get there.
Which is another good reason for me to drive, George. I need to learn my way around town.
Oh, what a dick.
Man. Very well. Then I'll ride with you. I want to keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
Just one thing, Agent Morgan. Your involvement in this case is limited. That means you don't have to learn your way around town.
George, we'd better get moving. The hospital closes at 2100.
We better get moving. The hospital closes in like 15 hours. I'm sorry, I meant 9 hours.
Agent Morgan, get us there quickly, but drive within the speed limit. Just because you have a badge doesn't mean you can drive like a maniac.
George, what are you, his mother?
We just need to get the autopsy results.
Yeah, can she
Agent
ride
York isn't
shotgun?
accustomed to the town yet.
I'd rather look at her than your porn stash.
Well then, Agent York, let's get going.
Sure, sounds good.
Alright, can I get us there without killing somebody? Can I figure out where I'm going? Which way out? Which way is the way out? You would not believe how wide the turning is on this thing.
Agent Morgan, I can't help noticing you prefer to work alone.
Do I?
Most of the time, yes.
Don't you get lonely, flying all over the country alone?
Why?
I'll say I've never felt lonely.
Are you married?
Unfortunately, relationships and I are fleeting strangers. I don't get on very well with women. You might be surprised to hear.
That's because you're young. You notice things like that at my age. You have to treat women carefully, like a thin crystal wine glass. If you don't, they can cut scars on your face, just like yours, right?
George, is this an interrogation? I see you're a seasoned professional. But let's not talk about my scar.
I played PS1
It
games
was
with better
caused by
driving
a
physics than this.
Problematic woman.
Well, she got you good. Terribly good.
It'll fade away, and nobody will notice it in a week.
A week? It's not that light of a wound.
Where's my map? I haven't got a clue where I'm going. This town's too confusing. This is a dead end. Where am I going? I can't zoom out further than that. Alright, it said down by the lake. Is that it? No, that's where I came from. Here. Okay. So if I turn around, take the left, the right, to the end of the road, and then take the second left. That's how you turn faster. You pull the handbrake, but then you turn too fast. I right away, bitch. No, it's second left. Then we get to the lake and I take the right.
Well, we're in the middle of a homicide investigation. Keep your mind on the matter at hand.
He's right, Agent York. You still don't know your way around. Concentrate on driving us to the hospital.
There's a weird thing to just pull up like 20 minutes after we finish the last conversation. Oh god, these solid metal bushes. Well, you know, it's a good thing the hospital is out in the middle of nowhere and not, you know, in town where people might be able to get to it quickly in an urgency.
That's a pretty big hospital. Guess they wanted to be ready for,
Oh, am I wearing an FBI poncho?
No, it's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days. Hard to imagine now, though, isn't it?
My mother always
Well, the
talked
good thing
about
is
how
it ain't my
energetic
car.
this town used to be. Almost like a gold rush, she used to say.
Impressive.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it cools. And so now there's hardly anyone left to use this place.
It pains me to watch my hometown lose so many citizens. Beyond your understanding, I'm sure.
Dude, stop being so aggressive.
Yes, I'm sorry to say that it is.
Indeed. That's why this case is our problem. There really isn't any need for you to get too involved.
You should probably get inside before your shirt turns see-through. What age rating is this game? It's 15.
Hello, Sheriff.
No, jeez.
Hi there, Fiona. We're here to see Usha. Do you know where he is?
I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
A computer room? In a hospital?
Yeah, you know, hospitals run on computers
Nice
these
to
days.
meet you, Mr. FBI agent. The computer room is where our employees share a computer.
Share a
Very
computer.
nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. How did
Look
you
at
know
the
I was
picture on his
FBI?
ID.
Easy. None of the police in this town wear cologne.
Besides, that scar on your face is the biggest rumor in town.
Really? This must be a
Rumors get
really
exaggerated
boring
as they
town
spread.
then.
Even in the countryside.
What's that you're reading, if I may ask?
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close
You know,
to
I'll
the
give you that.
Canadian border.
I'll give you that, Ben.
Peaceful,
That ID was
traditional
great.
place. However, that peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime, the murder of a local girl.
how
And that
coincidental.
incident causes grief and sadness to everyone in town. But everyone feels the seditious, heinous evil still lurking alive. Yes, much like the situation right now here in Greenvale.
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain, and it's good you're enjoying it. What we're faced
It's just a
with
little
here is
coincidental
terrible
you're reading a
crime
book
committed
that
in a
sounds very
rural
similar to our current
much
situation.
different from that of a novel. So there's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Agent York.
Alright. Where should we go, Emily? Well, you know, I don't know my way around the hospital. You know, it's a weird thing to make you question somebody's capabilities as a nurse. Where's the computer room? Okay, now I have to figure out how to get there. No relation to the case? Oh god, we're not doing Silent Hill. Oh wow, the lighting just went really weird. Here we go. This has got to be it.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
Seriously?
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
There's a message on the computer.
And posters
And a
all
card
over
key
the wall.
already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. The knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
Okay, let me see. Okay, let's try and figure this out. King passes rook to meet the bishop. The knight takes the pawn to meet the queen. First off, we should try the most obvious solution, which is king, rook, bishop, knight, pawn, queen. Oh god.
The doctor awaits below with the deceased.
You know, I was
Another
actually
code?
expecting more out of that.
But there's nowhere to insert a password.
More games.
It means the
I'm going
more
to get Fiona to call
geniuses.
Usha up here right now.
No need, George. The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Usha is below with the deceased. With Anna. Below being underground, I take it. Simple.
What the hell happened with his arm there?
Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
I'll be honest, I was fully prepared to overthink that puzzle. Try and figure out how it all works, but then it just turned out, yeah, just choose them in the order that they're spoken of. Alright, let's do this. Now I have to figure out where the basement is. Fiona, what's going on? A battle of wits, really? Yeah, you know, seem to be having fun. It's not like there's a murder case that needs to be solved. Alright, is this the stairs? These aren't stairs. Well, I guess it's a good way to mark which rooms you can't actually go in by having the door textures pasted with do not enter signs. This way? Nope, it's locked. Where am I going? Oh, there's the stairs. I'm never going to find my way back out of this hospital. Maybe we should save. One day we'll figure out what's going on here. It costs money to save? What? Alright, Johnson. You better not be a monster.
Usha, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you made it. Let's get started, shall we?
This is Agent Morgan from the FBI.
Nice to meet you. I'm Usha Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
The doctor?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
This hospital's a little big for one
Please
doctor.
call me York. Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
That didn't answer the question.
That battle of wits, by the way. Did you create that yourself?
I just wanted to see if our FBI agent could handle the task.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time. We need those autopsy results.
Yep, not the time for games when there's a murder case.
Next time, try challenging us without obstructing an investigation.
Yeah.
You've angered the monarch.
Every second counts.
From the onset of rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles, the time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. That's still quite early for such a crime to take place.
Is it though?
Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen.
I'm not seeing
Blood
any
marks on her right
punctures on
hand
the
tell us
neck.
She was gripping something round in her right hand.
That's right, we all have right hands
Her
too.
skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed. Now, I first thought death by suffocation due to the marks on her neck. But after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion.
I thought it was death by suffocation, but then I did my
The
job.
direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
So the wound itself didn't kill her, it was the blood loss.
Which means...
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Yes, a sharp knife was used. It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her. Her nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance.
Was she unconscious when it happened then?
The most tragic thing, however, was that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
The perpetrator cut out Anna's tongue.
Ah.
Well, I believe she was drugged first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her. Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally.
So you're a psychologist as well now?
Cutting out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that or a truly hardcore sadist. He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. Now, he watched as the blood pumped from her body, as she gradually grew cold.
You don't know any of
In
this.
Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Usha, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor.
There we go.
Criminal profiling is my job. You're wrong, also. Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
Okay, now you a doctor.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
An American Werewolf in London.
Are we just going to keep dropping movie
Directed
titles?
by John Landis, 1981. So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
What more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like these.
Looks kind of like Trisha at Devil May Cry. Evaporated liquid around the eyes. She must have cried while she was murdered. Beautiful blonde hair, stunning even in death. Not really important to the case. What is this? Judging from the impression, she was holding something in her hand, but it was removed around 6 hours after death. Circular with a relief shaped like a peace mark. Her feet look terrible. What about her other hand? Neatly wearing fake fingernails. Tongue has been removed. Look at the edge of that stump. So we've got no new information beyond what the doctor gave us.
From her lack of resistance, I'd say that Anna's injuries happened very quickly. Unable to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
But based on the fact that tears rolled
perpetrator
down her face,
stayed
she would
with
have
her
either
for
been
at least
standing or
2
sitting up
hours
rather
until
than
it
lying
stopped
down.
raining. At the estimated time of her death, it was still raining.
It took her
But
a
you
couple
can
of hours
still
to
see
actually
tear
die.
marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere. She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Usha, are you a passionate man?
The hell kind of
Well,
question is that?
Not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
George, how about you?
I'm very passionate. Yes. Especially when it comes to women. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator is just like you. He's passionate about women.
Okay.
He's a passionate kisser. This was a kiss of death.
He bit her tongue off?
The perpetrator bit off Anna's tongue.
We'll never get a dental print from a wound like this. But this is still a big lead.
Huh. Why is the doctor looking away?
Jackpot, Zach.
A red seed.
But our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI. I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan? I know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
No, if I
That's
thought
not
you
why
did
I'm
this,
assuming
then I'd be
command, George.
arresting you,
You're a
idiot.
suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something.
Cool. What does it mean?
There you go. Amazing, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret. George, Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer.
Okay. I have to sign the release. Just give me a moment.
Well, at least he's more
Very well.
cooperative now.
I'll go on ahead. I can't take it any longer down here. Bishop takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
Huh?
My first victory in the Grandmaster ranking.
Oh, that doesn't look good. We're gonna have to start shooting again now? So is this like Silent Hill Shattered Dimension, Shattered Memories?
Zach, they're here.
Where every now and then you just go into a combat phase. But it's always very obvious when it happens. Except in Silent Hill Shattered Memories it was more runaway phase. And once you realise that, there was absolutely no horror to Shattered Memories anymore. What is this? And where did the others go? Huh. Look at the clock. That's an interesting idea. Was that the body? Yeah, I might just have a bad feeling about this. Okay, nothing in there. Bullets. Yeah, something about the atmosphere. The fact that the people I was with have disappeared. We haven't killed anybody yet. Occult. We can't teabag them. Uh-oh. Evil nurse? Evil monster nurses? What is it, Silent Hill? There you go. I've said before, I'd rather play an interesting bad game than a game that's okay and boring. Or even a game that's considered to be really good and is boring. And I think Deadly Premonition kind of hits that. It doesn't control well in really any of its aspects, but you know what? It's been pretty interesting. And it's got some neat ideas. And from the looks of it, a lot of mechanics. Yeah, I feel like the bathroom was not the best place to go. Ooh. There's somebody in here. Not that way. You know what? I figured out what this actually reminds me of. Forbidden Siren. These monsters remind me a lot of the Shibito. Oh, it's not going to be that way. Yeah, they really do remind me of the Shibito in Forbidden Siren.
Amazing. Yes.
So sneaking could be a good idea, but it raises my heart rate so fast. Go. Where am I now? I didn't go here before. You know, this seems like a bad idea. You know, at some point I really need to sit down with a Siren Blood Curse. Huh. I think it was a remake of the original Siren, but with an American cast for some reason. And you could sight-jack multiple enemies at once, but I've heard that, like, it sounds like a good idea, but I've heard it kills the frame rate. Go this way. This the way out? Well, there's a bunch of stuff here. Well, isn't that just the entire Siren series, though? I should put some of this away. I only played the first game. Do you have any of the others? So I do have the entire series. I was really happy. I managed to pick up the second game in college. I was really happy that I did. I don't think I've ever seen it since. No. I was really happy I managed to pick up the second game. I got it from Game, actually, of all places. Back when there used to be a Game in Ashton. What's this TV here for? Oh, it's just it's a first aid kit, not a TV. Yeah. I find it really interesting that the second game wasn't released in the US. Yeah, I think it's a clothes shop now. There's still a game in Denton. There's a game in Town. There's a game in Stockport. I think the one in Hyde might still be there, but it's been a while since I've been up to Hyde. What is this? Smashed wheelchair, I think see bullet holes here. Is this where I even want to go? Oh jeez. Might not have been the right way. 2012, really? No, because that was locked. Alright, what? Which is the wrong? It's gotta be over here, but there's no door over here. Boxes. Come on. One more. Go. Alright, I should hold them off for a bit.
Here! Over here!
You ever get the feeling you should go in the opposite direction? Yep. No. Okay, go. Huh, 2 medals. But not actually anything over here for progression.
Amazing. Amazing. Yes. Yes. Amazing.
Well, at least this explains why the hospital was a maze. Ah.
Yes. Check shot.
Is there one behind me? No. Alright. That's a dead end. What is that? These boxes? Anything in them? Where's my knife? That's not gonna help me. This looks like a route. Do I have the card key for this door? Nope. Great.
Amazing.
I think Forbidden Siren was probably one of Forbidden Siren 2 was one of the first somewhat rare PS2 games that I ever actually picked up, and I came across it completely by accident. And I only picked it up because I had the first one. And I was like, yeah, I enjoyed the first one, let's pick up the second one. Otherwise, never would have been interested. Huh. An MRI machine? You know you could stick your hand in there and grab it. Wouldn't be the most dangerous thing we've done. Oh god, it's this camera angle again. Okay, press the button. You ever tried using a keyboard like that? Oh, there's the card key I need, I guess. Well, at least the phones still work in this place. Huh. Alright, let's make a move. Grab the card key, get out of this place. Key to the entrance, sweet, so we will be able to get out. So I feel like we've been playing for over 2 hours now. I feel like we've actually made about an hour of progress. I was wondering what that noise was. It's our footsteps. No, not that way. That way. Awesome. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, great. Oh, great. That one's got a weapon. Wait a minute, does that one have a gun? two of them have guns from the looks of it. Yeah, you know, I get that feeling. Take him down. Okay, that's one down. That doesn't look good.
Amazing. Great. Nice shot. Bullseye.
Okay, that was both of the guys with guns. Well, you know, there wouldn't be any trouble if they weren't causing the trouble. Oh no, that guy's got a gun as well.
Great.
Just gonna grab this. Right, you can't see me, it's all good. Go. I have a feeling we killed this last guy and then this situation will totally end, and I'd rather grab all the items before that happens. Why do you have a gun if you're going to get up close to them?
Yes.
How many things do you have, though? What happened to Fiona? You know, I sure hope we didn't just run around the hospital shooting patients. Oh, okay, no, it's just
Agent
over.
Morgan, if you're so desperate, then why not smoke two at once?
Yeah, that's not suspicious.
Who's that old man?
That's Harry. Harry Stewart. One of the bigger problems around here. His father started up the lumber trade and founded this town. As I'm sure you can see. Always dressed like that. Never speaking to the townsfolk. And just FYI, he owns almost the entire town. Not that that makes any difference. So long as I'm around, he won't be getting
You know,
away
you're gonna
with
have to be a little more specific when you say Zero, Bane. There's that many characters I can pull out called Zero. Mysterious capitalist. What kind of description is that? MGS4, that's fair enough. I was thinking,
Haste
the nunnery
won't
games.
lead you to what you seek. Keep your eyes focused on your footing as we speak. So says Mr. Stewart.
Tillotson? Tillotson?
Nice to meet you too. How did you know my name?
What is with this saxophone?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, information desires you, just as you desire information too.
Yeah, I can see the MGS4
So says
Zero.
Mr.
I was
Stewart.
really thinking
Harry,
the
stop
nunnery
trying
games,
to get in our way.
though, with the
Keep this
mask.
up, and even you'll have to answer to the law.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, with each rain, our town goes mad. To our disdain, unpreventable. So sad. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning.
That makes no
Then
sense.
we shall depart, Mr. Francis York Morgan.
You're not as cool as Lucifer was.
That's how he always is. Always spouting that nonsense. Don't give it any thought. It's all gibberish.
Are you sure that's actually what he's saying? It's not just his
Emily
assistant.
here.
His assistant making stuff
Uh-huh.
up. Also, why does your radio sound like a
Okay,
phone?
thank you, Thomas. Agent York, we've contacted the first witnesses to the crime scene. You can interview them where they found the dead body.
Excellent.
Really?
I was just about to ask if you could take me there.
Oh hey, you remember where you found that body? Let's go back there so we can ask you questions and make it even more traumatic. Yeah, MGS5 retcons that as well. I think the whole reveal of the Patriots in MGS4 was just a disappointment.
The body was found in the Greenvale Forest Park. That's west from here, and too far to walk.
A forest park?
But yeah, you
It's
finish
the pride of the
MGS5,
town.
you get the non-ending
beautiful
that it
trail
has,
leading to a viewing
and then you get a
site
set of
over Velvet
tapes that
Falls.
That does
explains
sound fantastic.
a bunch of
Show
stuff
me the
and
sights.
That may have
retcons.
to wait. We promised
Zero.
to be there by 1800 to interview the first witnesses to the crime scene.
Alright. Let's go to the crime scene.
Agent Morgan, if I could just give you a friendly
Is it
warning.
going to be
Are
friendly?
you really upset about me taking over the case? I have the authority approved by the FBI to assume command. I understand you don't like it, but you will follow my orders.
I'm not disputing FBI authority, but this is our town. You won't get far alone, and you gain nothing by antagonizing
Dude, you've been
my
antagonizing me
personality.
since I got here.
I just do things my way. I can take you off the case if you wish.
Stop it, you two. We need to solve this case, not bicker among ourselves.
You really shouldn't smile like that. Alright, let's see, where am I going? Okay, we're here. There's a race? Would not wanna... Would not want to race with these car physics. Where is the park? So this is the end of the road. Following the road. It's the hotel. I have no idea. The fact that you can't zoom out more on the map is a problem. Okay, so it's directly ahead of where I'm facing right now. Let's take another look at the map. Okay, so it's here. Where is this? This is a really long journey. Like, the journey there is probably going to be the rest of the stream. There's a tunnel. Oh, just... Okay, we get out, we follow the road. We turn here. There. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to make out the arrows and which direction they're in. Which is why I aimed myself directly at the arrows so I'd know which direction to go on the map.
Anna's body was discovered by the woodsman Jim Green, along with his 2 grandchildren, Isaac and Isaiah.
What were they doing in the forest?
Just their daily routine. They found Anna's body during a morning walk.
So you've talked to them already?
Not officially. Not yet.
Not yet. Are you out of your mind? You haven't interviewed them yet?
Agent York, that tone is hardly appropriate. We were given orders to wait for you to arrive.
Orders by who?
A man called Abrams from the FBI.
Oh, it's a
Robert.
windsock.
Bill Bob Abrams.
I wonder what the hell that was then.
It's always tough to have a meddling boss, huh, Zach?
I thought you knew, Agent Morgan. Don't worry about it. We may not have taken official statements, but we got all the information we need. I can fill you in right now if you'd like.
Thanks, George, but that won't be necessary. I want to hear the details from the witnesses themselves, firsthand.
I just can't believe that the children had to witness the crime scene. They may be traumatized. You'd better do this
It
carefully.
didn't seem overly
You
bothered.
get nervous talking to children, Emily.
Not at all. That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Just forget it.
You know, at least in LA Noire, they let you skip the driving. Yeah, let's get another look at the map. Reorient myself. Take this left here. And then the left again. And does that get us on the road we need? Yes, it does. Alright. So, second left. And then follow the road until the end, then take the left. And then the first right that splits off the path. That's okay. Not allowed to drive like this, I'm FBI. The turning on this is really sensitive, but then when you're actually trying to turn, the turning is really wide. Like the slight tap will send you off in a really awkward direction. But then actually turning is really slow.
Agent Morgan, how much longer do you want to keep talking? Maybe we should cut the chit-chat and go get our official statements.
George is right. Let's head over to the forest park.
So, any thoughts and opinions on this game, guys? Now that we're like 2.5 hours in. case, take this left. You know what, I'm not ready to call the driving the worst I've ever seen. And by that, like, it controls really bad, but I mean, like, just the driving and the whole open world. Because, like, the original No More Heroes, its open world was worthless. And the driving in that didn't control really well, and the open world existed for nothing. It looks like this at least has a point to its open world. I'd like if we could go faster, but then with how bad it controls... Well, that may be the thing, Bane. It may be one of those games that's definitely something you want to check out, but not play. But, you know, we'll see as the game goes on. It looks like it may take a while to actually finish. Not just based on the driving, but the game says we're still on the first episode.
How much longer do you want to keep talking? Maybe we should cut the chit-chat and go get our official statements.
George is right. Let's head over to the forest park.
And I think Colt's got a pretty good point. It's gameplay-wise not great, but the idea is really interesting. It's a design that it looks like a one-time kind of design, the kind of design you'd never see again. And that in itself is interesting. It's weird. But we'll have to see whether or not the design of it will be able to hold the interest for an extended period. Especially as we have these long driving segments. Oh jeez. I just noticed the fuel. We're down at 35%. And I'm wondering, like, we've probably got enough fuel to get up there. Are we going to have enough fuel to get back? Probably not. Where's the nearest gas station? This one? Forest Keeper's Cabin. This is where we're going. Doesn't look like there's one here. What's this? The lumber mill. Yeah, no, we're way out in the middle of nowhere, way away from any gas stations. Yeah, the weird emphasis on bad saxophone has been... Like, the only thing you can really can compare that music to is porn. But, like, not even... I wouldn't even say porn itself, I'd say, like, porn parody. Like, not actual porn, just somebody making fake parody porn.
How much longer do you want to keep talking? Maybe we should cut the chit-chat and go get our official statements.
George is right. Let's head over to the forest park.
Yeah, maybe. It is very B-movie grade. Well, the good news is we're finally here, so we can stop talking about porn again. Really don't feel like we have enough fuel to get back. So they have a road, but you just can't actually drive up here?
Is this government land?
No, it's private. Owned by Harry.
This whole area?
That's right. I'm sure I mentioned that he owns pretty much the whole town.
He used the money left by his father to buy up most of the town. Many town residents live on his land.
Can you just do
Zach,
that?
did you hear that? This entire park. A rich man's personal playground. These country rich folk are amazing.
It all looks very well kept, too.
Does it look well kept, or is that graphical limitations of the engine?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. It's what everyone calls me.
And you are Jim Green?
Yeah, I feel like we should make a drinking game.
Son. I keep
Every
these
time
woods.
York asks somebody to call him York because it's what everybody calls him, take a shot.
Well, you're doing a fine job.
Well, I used to be a tree surgeon.
What the hell is a tree
And these two
surgeon?
discovered the body.
Yes, my grandchildren, Isaac and Isaiah.
Please don't mind the names. Their parents were really pretentious.
Zach, you see that? Twins. Just like in my dream.
You think
Keep
the
an eye on
alternate
these two.
personality that's probably
I'm
us is
sorry.
the
Could
killer?
we talk away from the boys? I want to help your investigation, but I don't want them to hear this.
Very well. Emily, please.
I'll just take them over there then.
Yeah, Emily.
Thank you.
Because you're the woman.
Hold on. Don't do anything without asking me.
Doesn't
These
really
children
come
were the
across
first to
well.
witness the crime scene. I want to talk to them.
Come on, they're just kids. They have no idea what really happened to Anna.
That doesn't matter.
Is he really trying to block them
You
from
agree
me?
with me, right, Zach?
How heartless. Do you ever think of other people's feelings, ever?
Emily's right. That's stone cold, even for the sake of investigation.
Children see things in pure, simple terms. They may have seen something we adults would never spot, and they are here at our request as well. We could at least chat with them and see if they want to make a statement.
Are you serious?
I never joke about matters like this.
Oh my God.
Where did that come from?
Don't worry. They aren't as fragile as you think.
Children see things in pure, simple terms. They definitely wouldn't have been distracted by the boobs like the rest of us were.
Now then, Isaac, Isaiah, tell me, what did you find here?
Anna, she was so pretty.
She had a red dress on.
Her hair was shining.
Bright gold hair.
There were lots of animals around her.
Squirrel, weasel, and a snake.
You heard the
A
man,
real
Tubbs.
snake.
We didn't know until
Start
But
getting
we know
undressed.
now.
Anna was the fairy of the forest.
She was a
You need
goddess.
to be stood like
She
that, Emily.
smiled when she saw us.
She looked so happy.
That's right, Isaac. Isaiah. She was a fairy. A goddess. I'm sure she is playing with those animals even now.
Of course she is.
Yeah, of course.
Most useful information, boys.
Really? I thought it was
Emily, you can
worthless
take it.
information. Where the
Okay,
hell am I?
Zach. This is where Anna's body was. And that means our unsub, our unknown subject, was here too.
So, what happened here?
You gotta love League of Gentlemen. It works great as a horror. It works great as a comedy. And then you rewatch it and notice all the horror. What the hell?
Anna. Ow! Crap! Jeez! I hate this. Why did it come to this?
My insides are all wrong. God, I can't do high-pitched voices anymore.
Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues.
You know, that is probably one of my favourite lines in the entire series. Where the hell did my jacket just come from? My poncho. Alright, let's examine this place. The depression in the grass, I think we may have a clue. You got 2 bent pieces of grass. I feel like we're not going to get anything from this. So I think the fun thing is that we already ran across the killer on our way here before we actually...
Why did it come to this?
Huh. I think it's weird that we ran into the killer before we actually started investigating. Remember, kids, always carry around your FBI poncho. Okay, there's something there and I can't examine it. What if I run into the tree? Nope. What's this? Piece of a vest with... Picture of a vest with holes. No, I have no idea who the killer is. I think the furthest I played this up to on the director's cut was up to the lumber mill, which I feel like isn't much further than this.
Oh no. Ow! Crap! Jeez! I hate this. Why did it come to this?
You know, if the PS3 was set up, I would have really preferred to just do the director's cut. I'm not buying it again on Switch. They announced Deadly Premonition 2 for the Switch. There we go. They announced Deadly Premonition 2 on Switch. It's like, I'm not buying the game again. I got it on PS3. I ended up getting it on... 360, because it's backwards compatible. I did buy it on PC at one point. Why do most pickles keep appearing there? Yeah, I bought it on PC. I got the GOG version and I have the Steam version. And neither of them work properly. Because, you know, the game just isn't optimised for PC. Let's try it like this. Oh, how do I get up there? They took money from me for aiming at George. I'll get him for that. But yeah, based on what I've played of this and Chip with Rusted Metal Dust. What I've played of this and what I've played of the director's cut on PS3, I'd say if you want this, either get it on PS3 or get the Origins version on Switch, which, you know, has to control better. The killer was remorseful of the murder.
Oh no. Ow! Crap! Jeez! I hate this. Why did it come to
I'm
this?
still missing part of this picture. Huh. Oh, hey, look, there's another nest that I'll need to shoot. Missing piece of a pinheel shoe. Huh. See if we can make anything out of the complete piece of the picture.
Haven't seen one of these in a long time. It's upside down. I guess this is meant to be an anti-peace sentiment then.
Is it?
These holes on the ground were made by high stiletto heels all around here. And this depression here, Agent Morgan, I see what happened here.
Do you?
Hung her from the tree and put on her shoes.
What?
He was really enjoying it. Sicko. And he knelt down. And disgusting.
Yeah, I feel like you're barking up the wrong tree.
George, you certainly have a vivid imagination. An interesting theory. Don't you think, Zach? What was his name again? That Hollywood producer. That's right. Joel. We really ought to introduce George to him, Zach.
What?
Profiling is a little different from writing a screenplay, though. An idea being interesting doesn't make it fact. Let me enlighten you, George. The footprints reveal that one of the heels were missing from the shoes. And they're different from Anna's shoes that we saw at the office. Furthermore, there would be even more disgusting evidence if he did kneel and, well, do as you suggested.
Well, you mentioned the casting couch.
Go ahead and try it for yourself. He knelt here for a reason other than simple perversion.
Praying?
Zach, what was he doing in front of Anna?
Worshipping? Paying last respects? Grieving?
Anna. Ow! Crap! Jeez! I hate this. Why did it come to this?
And the heel was another woman. It wasn't Anna.
Now I get it. He was kneeling to pray in front of her. Just like the twins said. She was a goddess. The unsung, our unknown subject, offered prayers to Anna's body. Its big, tongue, massive body wound. Once dead Anna was transformed from an object of despite into one of worship. So, who is Miss Stiletto Heels? The steps are close coming up to the body, and then farther apart going away.
There was a reason to hurry away then.
That settles it then, George.
Somebody stumbled upon the killer.
Miss Stiletto Heels is a third party here. She's not the murderer. No one runs away from an object of worship. She could be another victim who was with Anna. Or perhaps an accomplice who fled for some reason. She is also one who took whatever it was Anna was holding on to in her hand.
But why? Why did she leave her here?
Fear?
Only Miss Stiletto Heels knows the reason for that. She might know something about the man with the reversed peace mark, too. How many women wear high stiletto heels in this town, do you think?
Oh, I should think most of them have at least one pair. I do too, before you ask. But nobody would come all the way out here wearing them, except maybe one person.
Why would anybody come out all the way out here in stiletto heels?
Don't keep me in the dark, then. Who might this
You're just
elegant
carrying an
lady
ashtray
be?
around with you now?
Diane, the owner of the art gallery. But she's out of town for a big art auction. I heard she'll be coming back in a couple days.
Then we'll just have to give her a warm welcome home. A more immediate matter, then. Where in town can you find something like this? It should be a building that isn't used anymore, with either a lot of metal or
A rust
metal
ship.
machinery or something like that.
The old lumber mill.
Then it's time to really get this show on the road. Could you guide me to this perfect setting for extravagant murder?
But why was that up in the tree? And why was the heel up in the tree? The more we figure out, the less it makes sense. Huh.
The lumber mill is pretty far from here. If that's where she was killed, why would the killer go to all the trouble of carrying her all the way here?
I don't know yet.
Because the tree's very
My
specific.
profiling instincts tell me one thing is for sure, though. The unsub's personality is totally different before and after the crime. The unsub killed her in a brutal, horrifying way, and then displays powerful adoration after she's dead. Something close to love. That could well be the key to all this.
Crime
We'll
of
say this, though,
passion,
George.
but then once the passion is
Profiling is a
spent...
risky business. Of course, if the unsub planted those stiletto footprints himself, well then, everything I've just said falls apart. But there's no evidence that he left those stiletto footprints. I'm sure we have Miss Stiletto Heels to thank for those tracks. All I can do is deduce the unsub's feelings in light of the evidence, and carefully figure the unsub's MO, modus operandi, his way of thinking. It usually unveils something that a normal forensic analysis may overlook. That's my way of profiling. It's not for everyone, but it works for me.
Well, first things first, we need to go and get some fuel. Or do we? Doesn't look like we have a fuel requirement or a damage limit anymore. Which is weird.
When I first
Also,
joined
I've lost
force,
control
this
of the
lumber
car.
mill was still in full swing.
It closed up right when
There
I
we
first
go.
moved here.
And now it's totally abandoned.
I presume so. I've never really been inside, so I don't know for sure, but it sure is run down.
Deserted buildings are perfect for criminal hideouts and activities.
And also
I
for
keep telling
squads.
Harry to have the place torn down.
Probably a little late for that. After all, it's already been used as the site of Anna's murder.
We don't know that for sure yet, Agent Morgan.
But that's right, from your point of view. But the perpetrator selected the lumber.
Agent York, you seem very confident about this.
Confident? No. Confidence is a sweet spot between being rude and...
Yeah, I just keep losing
I'm just
control
drawing
driving
natural
down these hills.
conclusions from the facts that we've seen.
That sounds exactly like being full of confidence, at least to me.
Yeah, neither does the
And
damage.
normal people with common
Which is
sense.
weird.
Common sense can be the opposite of fact sometimes.
But I'm wondering what's going on with it.
Oh, I will, Agent York. Thank you for another pearl of wisdom.
Either way, we'll know for sure by simply going to the lumber mill. So keep your pearls of wisdom to yourself, and let's hurry.
Well said, George. Can you step on it, Agent York?
Well, no, because you people want me to go on the speed limit. Now, let's see. It's over here. So this does lead directly to it. They said the lumber mill was pretty far from there, but it's a lot closer than the forest was to... What the... Huh? It's a lot closer than the forest was to... Oh, I'm not allowed out of the car. It's a lot closer than the forest was to the hospital. Intriguing. Very intriguing. Yeah, I wonder what the reason for the lack of a percentage meter on the petrol and the car is now. Is it to make sure I have a way to get down from there? There's also noticed there's now no time limit on the on getting to the crime scene. Unlike a bunch of our previous destinations where we've had to be there by a certain time.
Let's go and find out if your facts can be trusted.
You're full of confidence, right? Let's get to the lumber mill.
It's weird to have the idea of a small town where you basically need a car to get everywhere.
I'm going in alone. You two stay here.
Wait, why?
I can't concentrate on profiling with other people around me.
Then what were
Now,
you
hold on
doing
a
at the
minute. We're
tree?
investigating this case together.
Listen, I can't risk the crime scene being compromised by you two.
What are you
That's
saying?
pretentious.
You're not the only professional law enforcement officer here, Agent Morgan. We know how to secure a crime scene.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me. But this is how I operate. Furthermore,
Yes? Furthermore, what?
to me, the outsider FBI agent, every citizen of this town is a suspect. You two
Especially
could be
you,
in on this whole
George.
thing for all I know. I have
Oh,
to keep
trust that
suspects
mustache of
out of
yours.
the crime scene.
How can you say such a thing? Is he making fun of us? We should have left him
Hell was
behind and
that
come here by
pose?
ourselves.
You're right. I've never been so insulted.
I'm sorry, but I'm just doing my job. Did you hear that, Zach? If they're pros, then we should let every first-person shooter gamer out there join the SWAT team.
What a stupid line.
Zach, they're here.
Well. Well. Since I wasn't allowed to go to that save point. You know, I do hope we'll learn what this crap is at some point. And also what these are. Uh-oh. You know what would be a smart idea? Getting some distance. Not too much though, since they can teleport.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. Bullseye. Yes, bullseye.
Yeah, it's a good thing I have unlimited ammo.
Bullseye.
Alright. Nothing down there. Huh. Oh, it's just a box. Imagine if you had the idea of an alternate personality.
Great. Yes.
And your thinking was that the alternate personality controls how your body moves.
Yes.
While you do the thinking.
Amazing. Nice shot.
Shoot him in the booty hole. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Bullseye. Headshot. Headshot. Bullseye.
So we're gonna find a save point and we're gonna call it. It's been over 3 hours now.
Amazing. Great. Headshot.
Eat it.
Great.
Is there a pathway over there? No. Alright. Yeah, let's get going. Oh, there's more of them. Wait a minute. That's the killer. What the hell kind of room is this?
Just as I thought, Zach. This is where Anna was killed.
You know, I'm starting to get the feeling this is more than one guy. Also, Metal Gear Solid 5 stole the idea of smoking to pass the time.
Hey. Come here.
Too much noise. We're still missing a vital piece of the puzzle.
So we've got some work to do. Is there a phone in here that I can use? If the police didn't know this was a crime scene, why is there already tape up? None of this is adding up. A submachine gun. Jeez.
Zach, it's almost like an altar. Was the murder some kind of ritual?
Preparing for some sort of ritual. What's this? Is this a mummified body? Or is it a mannequin? There we go, that's where we're after. Uh-oh. Got a bad feeling about this. Why is there a point for me to shave in here? I don't think we have a choice.
Where are you hiding?
You know, I don't think that deserved the scare code. Let's see what we got with this now.
Hey, come here.
Huh? What is that? Her being tied up? Being cut open? Huh. Well, this is really making any sense right now. But let's save it and call it a night anyway. There we go. Alright, well, that's going to be it for tonight's stream. Definitely going to be coming back to this. This is interesting. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always appreciate the support. Special thanks to Bane and Occult in the chat for keeping company. I always appreciate that, guys. Let me shoot that. Shoot the glass. Shoot the glass. We will be back on Sunday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, where we will be doing some more Resident Evil. I'm in the mood to continue Resident Evil 3. But like I said at the start of the stream, I'm going to be making Sunday into a regular Resident Evil stream. Like classic Resident Evil, so while this Sunday will probably be more Resident Evil 3, Sundays coming up aren't all going to be Resident Evil 3. Probably get some Resident Evil 1 practice, some remake practice, do some more of the classic Resident Evils, but I want to focus on that for a bit as well. But yeah, Sunday's probably going to be more RE3. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody for watching. Once again, special thanks to Bane and Occult for joining the chat. Back at 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time GMT on Sunday. And with that, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and I'll catch you next time. Lost Odyssey will be returning on Tuesday. With the way I'm working the stream at the minute, it's going to be Sunday is Resident Evil, Tuesday is Lost Odyssey, Thursday is going to be Deadly Premonition. That keeps stuff going, gives each day a good amount of variety, and also make sure that I have something I'm actually focusing on. So Lost Odyssey is coming back. I know it's been a little while, but Lost Odyssey is going to be back on Tuesday. Sunday is going to be Resident Evil. Thursday will be Deadly Premonition. And like we'll see how we go moving forward. But yeah, Lost Odyssey will be next Tuesday, and then we'll continue that on the Tuesdays. Yeah. Once again, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and I'll catch you next time.
la la